Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban, where I guess I'm doing a live van confessions today. So this is kind of talking about the Book of Boba Fett, but more talking about a character specifically. Um, and I'm on a lunch break right now. Had 20 minutes, so I figured I would just go live because I miss going live. Wanted to say hi to you guys. So a little bit of a different video today. I am very mobile, doing it off my phone. I've never tried that before, but we're gonna see how it goes. So my least favorite character is I call her the mechanic lady. I don't even know what her name is. Motto, Peli Motto, I think it is. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Peli Motto. Anyway, she is my least favorite Star Wars character of all time. But my van confession for the day is I think I might be coming around to her character. I might be okay with her character. I don't like her character, but I might be becoming okay with her character. And I never thought I would say that because I hated her character in The Mandalorian. I hated her character, and this isn't anything against the actress. I don't really even remember her name, but the character design and how she acts, I hate her character. I hated her in this episode, and it really took me out of the episode. She's just so grating to my enjoyment of the show. And if you watch the reaction that I did to this episode, to the Book of Boba Fett, episode 5, chapter 5, whatever you want to call it, you'll see how I really kind of it just shut me down for my enjoyment of the episode. I was watching there, I was all in on it. BD came on the screen. Is it the same BD droid as from Fallen Order? I've never played Fallen Order. Is it actually the BD one? I don't know. And then she comes around the corner, and I'm just I don't know. It really turned me off. And again, if you saw my reaction to this last episode, you'll see how much it turned me off because just the way she acts, the way she talks, it just doesn't feel Star Wars to me personally. And a lot of other people said that it did, but it just didn't to me. Let's turn that off here. Can I turn off the comment? I can't. Someone comment something else so I can turn it off. I can't take it off. See, this is the problem with going mobile. I can't I can't control that. There's viriliness. There we go. I'll put it on that. Thank you very much. Viriliness is the right way to say it. So anyway, Peli Motto, I think that's how you say it, is my least favorite character of all time in Star Wars. Worse than Rey or Phasma or even what's his name from the sequel trilogy? Poe Dameron. Really don't like those characters, but this mechanic lady is more grating on my soul than they are. But the Van confession is I think I might be coming around to her character. So after watching this episode a bunch more times, not as a whole, but through reactions and bits and pieces, checking them out, uh, I'm okay with her character now. I never thought I would say that. I still don't like how she acts. I don't like how she talks. I don't like that she said that she dated a Jawa. It just really took me out of it. I kind of checked out the whole second half of the episode, but there is so much in this episode, and I even said in the reaction, um, "Hello, Vela and Average. Nice to see you guys. Thank you for the thumbnail. I just thought of that. Here's a sip for you guys." But I said in my reaction, if she's a means to an end of him getting a new ship, I might allow it. I might be okay with it. And the ship that he got was incredible, and an N1 starfighter is amazing. The fact that we saw a Naboo fighter going through the same route that the pod race was on is incredible. Like we never thought we would get that in a million years. We we didn't ever think we would see the pod race circuit again. At least I didn't. But everything in this episode was amazing, and between that and the Mandalore, we're getting some information that we never thought we would get in live action. And one of the lines that I really appreciated that I caught was the armorer said something as she was getting her tools out of that little chest. She said, talking about the mythosaurs and the Mandalorian history. She said, quote, "Sadly, it only exists in legends." That has been how I've felt about so many things in the Star Wars universe for so long. Sadly, it only exists in legends. You go back to Knights of the Old Republic or Malgus's character. Sadly, it only exists in legends. You go to Mara Jade. Sadly, it only exists in legends. You go to some of the extended universe during the Clone Wars or during the High Republic era, if you're into that. But all these things that aren't official Disney Star Wars, like that even matters anymore. Kind of how we've been feeling about it, or at least myself, is sadly it only exists in legends. And so between that, all of the Easter eggs, all of the things that they added into the story to appease us hardcore Star Wars fans, it really proves to me that whether they're good episodes or not, whether they have Boba Fett in it or not, this is really great Star Wars, and it's made by people that are passionate about Star Wars. And you think back to something in the sequel trilogy that could have been considered the same type of Easter egg, in that one of the First Order divisions or something, the Final Order factions or whatever, was named Revan. And I think there was another one called Nihilus or something. Sure, that's an Easter egg, but it just kind of seems like an afterthought. Everything in the book of Boba Fett so far, for a lot of these little Easter eggs, little things that only certain people have caught on to, are proving to me at least that they know what they're doing as far as the Star Wars universe is concerned. And you can debate whether this is a good show or not, whether it was necessary or filler, or if the characters are great in this, or if they did Boba Fett dirty, or whatever. You can argue that, but you cannot argue their passion for the Star Wars lore, for the universe itself. And that to me is way more important than a good episode that most people like. And I get it. It goes back to that argument of Disney having to balance Star Wars fans with the masses, who are most of the people that consume their product. It's a business at the end of the day. I get that. But just the fact that it's being made by people that are passionate and that love it is amazing to me. Going back to Peli Motto, I think her name was. I don't know. Mechanic Lady. I think I'm coming around to her character, which is very weird for me. It's not a good feeling. I don't like it. But at the same time, I like that I'm open to enjoying her character. I still don't like it. But I find it very acceptable. I find it less offensive. I abide, to quote that one guy from last chapter. I don't mind it anymore, which is very weird for me. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the Mechanic Lady? I know Virilinus says her character doesn't bother me too much, but she is just some Tatooine street rat. Yeah, I don't think her character is very consequential. Like, she doesn't really matter in the whole grand scheme of things. It just, anytime I would see her on screen, was kind of like the Martez sisters, like, just go focus on someone else. But I don't know. I'm okay with it now. Virilina says, they may say it exists only in legends, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. One can find it. We got the Darksaber. Yes, exactly. And I love that they're tying in, and Obsession said this on Boomer Council 2 nights ago, that they're tying it in perfectly with Rebels. In when Sabine was training with the Darksaber, they're remedying how she was able to give it to Bo-Katan and not break continuity. They're fixing a lot of those things, and it's just really cool. We also got Zim, the Despot. Sup, dude, as I would say in California. Here's a sip for you guys. But I don't know. Let me know how you feel about the Mechanic Lady. Is she as annoying to you as she is to me? Or do you like her character? I know Matt Cave loves her character. It's just the way she acts doesn't fit in with me. And I don't like that she said she dated a Jawa. Call me a speciesist or whatever. That's not my intention in saying that races can't have relationships with each other's. But it's just weird. Like, Jawas, I'd never thought of as the type to date humans. Like Jawas are Jawas. They're kind of the catalytic converter thieves of Tatooine. I didn't really think that they would date anyone, but I guess if they were to date someone, of course it would be like a scrap mechanic. That makes sense. Let's see. Virilinus says, I didn't see her like the sisters, to be honest. Those sisters felt super forced and overused. Yeah, I don't like the Martez sisters. I was more tolerant of them in the Bad Batch than in Clone Wars season 7. But I was not happy that they brought him back in Bad Batch. That was probably my least favorite thing about the Bad Batch. Maybe it isn't the character, but the actor who is portraying the character. No, I don't think so. I think it's the mannerisms with how she's talking. I get the character they're going for, just the very guarded street rat, as you were saying, that is rough around the edges, that is very spunky and doesn't take things too seriously. I get it. I get what they're going for. It's just the character design I don't like, how she acts. And it's not the actor portraying her, because she's probably playing the character very well, but it comes across to me as bad acting. Her character seems very forced for me. I don't know. Maria says, I loved her, but she may have just been kidding. I don't know. I don't mind the mechanic lady, but I do agree the Jawa thing was strange. Yeah, it's just weird. Could have just been making jokes. Yeah, probably. She was probably making Tatooine gritty. Yeah, I don't know. She could have been just making jokes, because that seems like what her character would do. I don't know. But again, she's a means to an end. She gave us the N1 Starfighter down to the stainless Durasteel undercoat, and they left a little bit of the yellow on it, which is so cool. I'm so glad they did that and didn't just repaint it. Like, they're keeping the yellow on there. And she's saying, commissioned by the Queen of Naboo. This is so cool. Yeah, she's just, I don't know. I don't like her character, but I'm okay with it. I just drink more coffee, I guess. Anyway, Monday night, I'm going to have Kyle Katarn and Strike on to talk more about the Book of Boba Fett, about Boba Fett, the character that we're getting in the show, and just general things that we might expect in the last 2 episodes. This last chapter 5 was very unexpected. We didn't get any Boba Fett at all. I don't care. A lot of people do. A couple people have been saying, well, what does that tell you that the Boba Fett's best episode doesn't have Boba in it? What does that mean? I don't care. Star Wars is Star Wars. They can call it whatever they want. I don't know. It's all part of the same Mandoverse, the same timeline, the same little group of stories. So I don't care. I really do hope that Boba Fett wraps up the right way, in a satisfying way that gives us all the information we need, and we're not scrounging for answers for the next year until we get the next season. But I don't mind that we didn't get Boba Fett in this episode. I've been loving what they've been giving us so far, aside from the chase scene. Which, I mean, you guys probably can imagine how I feel about that. But anyway, this Monday we're having Kyle Katarn and Strike, our Boba Fett expert, on to talk about that. I know Strike has some pretty strong opinions when it comes to Boba Fett in this show. And Kyle Katarn, in contrast, is one of the most positive people I know of in the Star Wars community, when it comes to everything. So it's going to be a great discussion Monday night. We'll see you there for. Should I call it Mustaches on Mustafar? Because Strike doesn't have a mustache. I don't know. I'll tell him to put on a fake mustache, I guess. Let's catch up on some chats and then get out of here. Brylanus says, I like that he has a starfighter, but he needs something bigger. Like, where does he go poo and sleep? His weapons. Yeah, that's a good point. And it could be something like he gets a freighter and the N1 can store in the ship, but then he has to get a whole nother ship for that. Yeah, I don't know. But the ship is so cool. Maybe he doesn't really want to do bounty hunting anymore because the bounty he did on at the beginning of this episode was a means to an end. He needed the information to find out where the covert was. Um, so I don't know if he wants to do bounty hunting at this point. Now we know he has to go on a mission to Mandalore to bathe in the pools and become a Mandalorian again, even though that's Death Watch. That's a Death Watch thing. So I don't know that he really needs all the extra space. I'm sure you could fit a person in that back astromech port, but we'll see. You know who doesn't fit on Tatooine? The Vespa kids. They belonged on the ring, if anything. Yeah, I agree. They didn't belong on Tatooine. And maybe they're from somewhere else and they moved to Tatooine, but that doesn't make sense. I have my issues with that. But they're overshadowed by the things that I love about this show, so it's not a big deal for me. Zim says people having romantic relationships with other species in Star Wars, I don't mind. It's something we see in Legends with Wes Jansen dating a Bothan. Yeah, I don't have anything against interspecial things. That doesn't bother me. It just doesn't seem like Jawas would be the type of aliens to do that. A human and a Twi'lek, absolutely no problems with. That doesn't bother me at all because we see that with Cut Lawquane. But it just doesn't seem like Jawas would be the type to do that, if that makes sense. Vespa kids do not fit on Tatooine. Mustache on strike, yeah. Makes his home on Mandalore. I don't know. Another scene that I really loved about this chapter was the Mandalorian destruction scene, the fall of Mandalore. We got an allusion to that in Mandalorian season 2 when I think it was Boba said, like, now it's all glass, or Bo-Katan said now it's reduced to glass or something. Just completely obliterated and very Terminator, very Doomsday. The Viper probe droids with the K2 units. You could just imagine like a human skull and then like the crunching of the foot on it. It was very Terminator 2, which is, I love that movie, Terminator 2. It's a great movie. Way too much language for me though. You guys know me in language. I don't. But the whole information, the Mandalore that we got is amazing. And again, it goes back to at least I do, know that this show is in the hands of the right people. Whether we're getting quality TV or not, like good storytelling, I don't care about that as much. I care about the Star Wars universe, and we're getting that. We're getting the world building. We're getting the backstory and the culture and the history. Everything from Paz Vizsla having a pretty strong claim to the Darksaber in challenging him. At first, I was thinking, like, why is he challenging him? Like, he just showed up. It's not really a good move to challenge him right off the bat. But he's right. His ancestor, Tar Vizsla, was the founder of House Vizsla, the creator of the Darksaber. If anyone has a birthright to it, it's him. But we're getting all of that, and it proves that the people making the show are passionate about it. And that's one of the things I like about fan films. Even if it's a super low budget fan film, you can tell the people making it are passionate about it. And so the quality of the dialogue or the acting or the fight scenes or the CGI or the animation doesn't matter, because you know that the people making it love what they're doing. It's a love letter to the fans. And I felt that this episode was definitely a love letter to the Phantom Menace. I don't remember who said that. It might have been Kyle Katarn. I don't know. But anyway, my lunch break is over. It's been 20 minutes. I got to get on to my next job. But it's very nice seeing you guys and talking to you again. I'd much rather do this than eat lunch, because who needs lunch when you got coffee, right? Anyway, thank you guys for coming by. If you like this live van confessions, I'm not very good at talking by myself, which is why I have guests on all the time for my live streams. But if you guys like this, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you hit a like or a dislike, because honestly, it doesn't matter, and I don't really care. But it's been nice talking to you guys. We'll catch up on these last few chats. Virilis says isn't Mandalore just wrecked? Yeah, I don't know. The Night of a Thousand Tears, yes, very epic. Honestly, all the episodes done by Bryce Dallas Howard in both shows have been exceptional. I agree. Have a great day at work. Thank you very much, and you have a great rest of your day as well. But maybe that's when Din starts doing rebuilding Mandalore. I really think Mandalore is the central theme of the Mandalorian show. I agree. Completely agree. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for stopping by. I love talking to you guys. I will see you Monday for that awesome live stream with Kyle Katarn and Strike. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for coming in my van. You want to buy some death sticks? Very different type of an episode. But appreciate you guys coming by. And I will have a great rest of my day. And I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.